Good evening, wanderer. It is I, the Midnight Owl. Once again, you found your way back to the firelight, where the crackling flame and whisper of night welcome you home. If this tale brings you comfort, then return again when the night calls. There will always be another story waiting. Tonight's tale comes from the frozen mountains of Skyrim, a land where peaks claw at the sky, where pine forests grow thick as walls, and where lakes lie still and deep, reflecting both moon and memory. This is the tale of a wizard who sought solitude high in the mountains. But in seeking silence, he found whispers, and in searching for peace, he found the lake, and what waited within it. So lean close, let the night carry you away, and listen to the story of the keeper of the lake. The wizard's name was Alaric. He was neither young nor ancient, but his eyes carried the weight of decades, and his robes bore the marks of travel far and wide. He came to the mountains alone. His companions were gone, his apprentices scattered, his books closed. The world below had grown noisy. Wars of kings, whispers of dragons, endless hunger for power. But Alaric wanted none of it. He sought quiet. He sought to hear his own thoughts again. The climb was long, snow underfoot, and the wind pulled at his cloak. His staff supported him as he walked narrow paths above steep drops. For 3 days he climbed. At night he lit small fires, huddled against stone walls. Ravens circled above, wolves in the distance, and on the 4th day he reached it, the lake. It lay nestled in a hollow of the mountains, fed by waterfalls that glimmered like silver threads. Its waters were so still, they reflected the sky as a perfect mirror. Pines surrounded it, their branches heavy with snow. Alaric looked upon it and felt something stir inside him. Not fear, not joy, something deeper, a sense that the lake had been waiting for him. Days passed, and Alaric built a life by the lake. He gathered wood, built a small hut of stone and pine, and let the world's noise fall away. He read old scrolls by the firelight. He fished in the lake's waters. He wandered the ridges, watching storms gather on distant peaks. At night, he sat by the water's edge. The stars above mirrored themselves perfectly below. When he spoke, his voice echoed in strange ways, as if the lake itself listened. But solitude has a weight, and in silence, one hears things not heard before. The first whispers came on the 7th night, a ripple across the still waters, a sound like a voice carried on the wind, soft, gentle, almost kind. Alaric leaned closer. Whoosh. He heard his name. He told himself it was memory, nothing more. But the voice returned the next night, and the next. The lake showed him things. When he looked into its waters, he saw not just his reflection, but shadows of the past. He saw his apprentices studying, their eager faces turned toward him. He saw friends, long gone, battles fought, halls of stone where he once stood proud, and then he saw things that had not yet come. Cities burning, dragons in the sky, a great hand of fire reaching across the land. Alaric tore his gaze away, heart racing. He told himself it was a trick of the mind, a reflection warped by tired eyes. But the more he watched, the clearer the visions became. And always behind them the voice whispered, "Stay with us, watch with us. You are not alone." One evening, mist rose thick from the lake. Alaric stood on the shore, his staff in hand, when he saw a figure across the water. A man in a cloak, standing still, watching. "Who are you?" Alaric called. The figure did not answer. The mist shifted, and he was gone. The next night, the figure was closer, and the night after that, closer still, until Alaric realized the figure was not on the shore at all. It was standing on the lake's surface, and its face was his own. The whispers grew louder. "Stay here, Alaric. Forget the world below. Forget pain. Forget loss." The visions sweetened. They showed him a life of peace, endless nights by the fire, endless reflection. The faces of loved ones returned. And yet, there was always something wrong. Their eyes lingered too long. Their smiles were too wide. And when he blinked, they vanished like mist. One night, he dreamed he was sinking into the lake. The waters closed over his head, and arms reached out to pull him deeper. Faces surrounded him. "Join us. Join us." He woke, gasping, drenched in cold sweat. The fire burned to ash. On the 15th night, a storm raged. Lightning split the sky. Thunder shook the mountains. Alaric stayed in his hut, but the whispers called louder than ever. And then a different voice, not soft, not kind, but commanding. "Leave this place or it will claim you." He stepped outside. The storm howled, and for a moment he saw her. A woman's shape on the cliffs above, a spirit cloaked in light, hair flowing like flame. She raised her hand, pointing at the lake. Then she was gone. The storm ended as quickly as it came, but the warning lingered. The next night, Alaric stood at the water's edge, annoyed. "Who are you?" he demanded of the whispers. What do you want of me? The lake rippled, and from its center rose a figure, not man, not beast, but something older, cloaked in shadow, crowned with antlers. Its eyes glowed like embers in the deep. Its voice was many voices at once. I am the keeper. All who gaze into the lake belong to me. Their lives, their memories, their futures. You came seeking solitude. You will stay as silence. Alaric lifted his staff, but the keeper only laughed. The waters rose like hands, clutching at his feet. He closed his eyes, whispered words of power, and the fire within him burned bright. The waters fell away, the vision faded. The lake was still once more. Alaric knew then that the lake was no ordinary water. It was a prison, a mirror, a hunger that fed on those who came to it. And he also knew he could never return. At dawn he packed his things. He looked one last time upon the still surface. It reflected his face, tired but resolute. The whispers called to him once more. Stay, Alaric, stay with us forever. But he turned away, and as he descended the mountain, the wind carried a sound behind him. Not words this time, but a scream. The lake had lost its prey. And so ends the tale of Alaric, the wizard who sought solitude in the mountains of Skyrim. He came seeking silence and found voices. He sought peace and found temptation. Rest now, traveler. The fire is warm, the night is gentle, and no whispers will claim you here. If your heart longs for more stories, simply return to the firelight. You'll find me waiting. Until next we meet, this was the Midnight Owl.